Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not. Either any of these blokes. This is going to be a tier 6 triple video. That's right, 3 replays in today's video, featuring 2 different tanks, or 3 different tanks, sort of. You'll know what I mean when we get there. This is Mystblade to start with. Mystblade, community contributor from Australia, and the Asian server is in the T34-85M. Now, the T34-85, I should say, that's a tier 6 Russian medium tank. The one where, in my opinion, this tank is it's the first real tank. I think it's a tank that was used a hell of a lot in World War II by the Russians. I think this was their go-to tank, or at least a version of their go-to tank, if that makes sense. All the T-34 lot of tanks in World War II were the ones used by the Russians, that's for sure. Anyway, 1-1's the score. We're on Glacier, and this is going to be a little bit of an unusual game. Mystblade top tier in this tank, 3 tier 10, 3 tier 6 tanks on each team. Well, there was. One of them's just been taken out, the 59-16. I'm making this go quick because this is a reasonably drawn-out game. In the first half, well, it's just going to make you shake the head. The first half, as you see, you can look on the mini map. Only 2 tanks have gone north. One's only sort of half gone north, and a lot of friendly tanks have just sort of clumped up here. And look, I think Mystblade's doing what he can, is exploring the southeast part of this map. Now, this can be a good place to go, or it can be a bad place to go. In my experience, going southeast, when you're top tier, sometimes your gun is out of the game for a hell of a long time. You can see there, he's trying to do exactly what the Skoda T25 is trying to do, and shoot that PZ4H, but no, not quite a shot there. There's a bit of a low ground there. That's where the PZ4H will be sitting. Panzer 3J gets taken out by the Cromwell B. They're already down by 3 tanks. You'll be a little bit concerned, and that's why he's not stuffing around here. He's going straight down to the southern part of the map, trying to get some vision on these enemy tanks, and also obviously pick up a few kills. Aims towards the M5 Stewart, doesn't quite get the kill. Let's go to T25, picks up that kill. 4-7 is the score, 4-8 is the score now, as he finds a Marder. A Marder 38T at tier 4, vastly outgunned, hoping for the kill shot, doesn't get it, shoots the Matilda instead, adds his damage, brings his damage up to 500, picks up the kill, brings his damage up to 600. They're only down by 2 tanks, so no need to panic just yet. 6-8 is the score. 1 kill to Mystblade from one of the community contributor. 7-8, they're starting to bring this back, looking for a snipey shot towards the Panzer 4H. Shoots and misses, unfortunately, but of course, being top tier in a tier 6 game in the T34-85, it does have a pretty handy gun. 180 alpha damage, 144 penetration with standard rounds. APCR 194. Gets one into the Cromwell B, realising the Cromwell B is going to be one of the key tanks on the enemy team. Takes him down to a 1-shot, down to 37 hit points. That's a 1-shot for anybody left on the team, even the little tier 4s. 7-10 now as the Toaster tank goes down. Pretty sure the Toaster tank starts giving up in the chat. Now, they're only down by 3 tanks, but look at where his team are placed. Artillery out of position up there in the northwest. T34-85M on the enemy team is about to rip him a new rear end, and these guys just sort of kicking back here. 7-11 the score now, so it's 4 versus 8. The PZ Toaster tank pinging the map like a madman. Mystblade's thinking, well, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Might start heading back to try to defend the cap, but you'd be forgiven for looking at the score and thinking, well, maybe this is all over. The Valentine doesn't just tries to get around the Valentine. Bit of a bump there. The Valentine looks like the Valentine's just given up too. He's just going to sit there and, I don't know, brace himself maybe for the inevitable. Who knows what he's going to do, or maybe he's going to try and help out and try to follow Mystblade. 7-13 the score now, so it's 2 versus 8. 2 versus 8. Looks like the 12T has found the Valentine. Good night, Valentine. It's not Valentine's Day today. Good night, you are out of this. Now, let's hit the pause button. Mystblade is on 1 kill, 769 damage. This is why he's a community contributor, folks. They don't let anyone into the community contributor program. Not down in sunny Australia. 7-14 is the score. So it's 8 versus 1. Let's see how he goes. And I'm not expecting him to pull this one off, even though I've seen the result. Let's just see how he can do this. Let's just do things one at a time. That's what he's thinking. We'll start with the Panzer 4H. That's the guy that everyone was trying to snipe earlier on. Everybody, half the team was just stopped trying to shoot this bloke who was hiding safely behind a rock. Now, one tank is capping. No, he's not. That'll be the T34-85M. Top tier tank. He's already on 3 kills. Probably thinking he's having a pretty good game. Yeah, probably thinking he's having a pretty good game. Pretty happy with himself. He's got 3 kills. He's got more kills than anyone else on the team. And the score's 8-14. It's 1 versus 7 now. It was 1 versus 8. Now 1 versus 5 is a Calabanos. Okay, now it's just 1 versus 6. Mystblade picks up his 3rd kill, gets rid of the T34-85M. Now, of course, that's a premium version of this tank, the Russian Tier 6 premium medium tank, the one that Wargaming gave a lot away a fair few months ago now during a marathon kind of promotion. 9-14 the score, 973 damage done. Not a massive game, not yet. 158 assisted damage. You can't get any more assisted damage because there's no more tanks to assist damage into. Shoots the AMX 12T1 once, bounces a return shot, rams it for a little bit more, another shot into the top of the French light tank, and that's his 4th kill. Finds the Marder, that's the same Marder 38T, I think, that he was shooting earlier. Shoots him once or twice, rams him again, shoots him again for kill number 5, and now it's 1 versus 4. 2 of those 4 tanks are artilleries, that's why it's hiding behind that rock. There's the artillery round. 5 kills, 1722 damage done. A little bit of block, a little bit of assisted damage. What's left? The Cromwell B. We know that Cromwell B was a one-shot. We talked about it a few minutes ago when Mystblade was down in the south. That Cromwell B got him down to about 37 or 38 hit points of damage. He's on 5 kills, 1 kill away from a top gun. Win, lose or draw, he'll get the top gun if he gets 1 more kill. What's left? 3 tier 4 tanks. I'd be thinking to myself, hang on a minute, 3 tier 4 tanks. I'm 2 tiers above them. I can get rid of this Cromwell B, who I know is on 37 hit points, 30-something hit points. There it is, shoots and misses. Be tempted to go for the ram. Bounces the return shot, picks up the ram kill. Didn't die, lost 100 hit points, so he's down to 122. That's his 6th kill. It's also the top gun. 6 kills, 1759 damage. Now it was 1 versus 8. You get me? It was 1 versus 8 tanks. The score was 14-7. Yeah, 1 versus 8. It was 14-7. What's left now? 2 tier 4 artilleries and 1 tier 4 little baby Japanese tank. And the Japanese tank was last spotted up there at A5. He could be absolutely anywhere by now. Looks like Mystblade choosing to go down the windy road towards where he thinks the artilleries might be. He's on 6 kills, 1759 damage done. A little bit blocked, a little bit of assisted damage. Like we said, he can't get any more assisted damage. Running down this road, this would be a good road for 1AR shenanigans, the wacky races that we do. Anyway, he's going down 12-14 to score. Was 1 versus 8. He's brought it back to 1 versus 3, and all those 3 tanks are 2 tiers lower than the T34-85, the tier 6 Russian medium tank. Mystblade, no dummy at all. Finds the AMX 13105. 13105, just the AMX 105 AM tier 5 artillery. Did his 6th sense just go off there? I was distracted by myself getting the wrong note. I think it did, so he's probably bracing himself for the birch gun. Now that birch gun at tier 4, who knows what it's like. He has been spotted once in this game. What's Mystblade going to do? He's going to try and draw them back by rolling on the cap. He's on 122 hit points. A tier 4 Japanese medium tank, Kiho. I wonder what kind of damage a tier 4 might do. Maybe 50 hit points of damage, or maybe less than 50. Rolls over the cap. I reckon he did that on purpose. Continuing to look for the birch gun. Finds the birch gun. The birch gun turns to aim. Mystblade's 1. He does cop a shot from the birch gun. Loses his radio man, but who cares? He picks up kill number 8, and a Radley Walters fixes the radio man, and good on him for fixing the radio man, because the radio man is somebody that everybody sort of forgets about. Nobody ever really fixes him. Good on you, Mystblade, for fixing the radio man. Thinks about rolling onto the cap. There's a dead tank here. You can take a little bit of cover behind. Now that Kiho, very good map awareness from Mystblade from 1AR. Community contributor in Australia. He can see his video map. He can see that that's where the Kiho was last spotted. But he's also got the brains to say, well, hang on, that Kiho was last spotted probably 5 or 10 minutes ago. It was ages ago. That Kiho was last spotted when there were still tanks up here, when that artillery was killed by the enemy T34-85M. That was probably not far off 10 minutes ago, probably about 8 minutes ago, I would imagine. 8 kills to Mystblade, 2,119 hit points of damage, 270 damage blocked, a little bit of assisted damage. Looks like he's going to... It's not a bad strategy. The keyhole could be anywhere. It could have gone all the way up near to the cap circle. Could be around here by now, could have come back, could be up here, could be stuck on his side. I'm not sure if he's going to get him or not. Is the keyhole going to come? You'd think the keyhole would not have the view range that the T34-85 would have, even though the T34-85 is Russian and Russian tanks are not known for their view range. You would imagine that being a tier 6 it would have a better view range. And Mystblade's no dummy. He's going to have a pretty good crew in that tank with equipment and all that kind of stuff, which will probably help his view range. To Scode at T24, well played, privileged to watch that effort, man. Well played. No idea where the keyhole was. If the keyhole driver is watching, look, I'd be very, very interested to see where he was, and did he start coming back? Maybe he was AFK. Who knows? Let's have a look at the battle result before we move on to our second game. We've got 2 more games in today's video. Ace take a mastery badge for Mystblade from 1AR clan. The Hand of God. Bruiser, Duelist, 5 for effect. Radley Walters for those 8 kills. Collar Banolf's medal for standing alone against 5 or more tanks. 5 or more tanks. It was 8. It was 8. It was 1 versus 8. That's why I was pointing that one out. Yes, I'd seen the result, but wow, what a what a result. My old mate Mystblade, he knows what he's doing. Pascucci's for killing the 2 artilleries. High Caliber, Invader for getting all those capture points. Top Gun for the 6 kills. 2,119 damage done. 8 kills, 1182 base experience. Where was the keyhole? The keyhole on the enemy team. He was certainly playing. He got 2 kills. No idea where he ended up. And a shout out to Hellfire Knight from What University clan. Good on him for saying well played. He hung around till the end. He had faith in Mystblade. He knew what Mystblade was going to do. He knew he'd carry the hell out of it. 17 shots fired, 14 hit. They all damaged. In that game, they went for nearly 13 minutes. That's why he rolled onto the cap. He thought you'd hate for that to turn into a draw by trying to run around, trying to capture that last remaining enemy tank. Let's move on to our second game in this triple shot of Tier 6 action. This is the KV2 Jezza, your beauty, also from 1AR clan, platooned up with his old mate Sir Rosh's Roll from 2AR. Now, they've both picked themselves up at KV2 premium Tier 6 Russian heavy tank. If you ask me, this is probably one of the best looking tanks in the game. Let's have a look at this bad boy. Have a look at it. They're the Valhalla tanks, the Warhammer tanks, whatever they're called. KV2 the one with the derp gun. You can see Jezza. He's not stuffing around with the AP rounds. There's 152mm AP round, 700 damage, 110 penetration. Another one with 136 penetration. Jezza is not stuffing around with them. He's going straight for the derp, 910 high explosive rounds, 86 penetration, because it is a derp. He's going there with Rossi Droll. They're in a tier 8 game, just 2 tier 8 tanks on each team, the FV4 202 and the T28 prototype. So the premium British and the old faithful T28 prototype on Jezza and Rossige's team. On the enemy team there's a Super Pershing and the dudes. And we're on Abby and Jezza and Rossige working together. They'll be talking on TeamSpeak, working out what they're going to do. Rolling down towards the western flank. Fires clutch. Don't even worry about aiming, because every now and then one of those shots is going to land. I picked up one of these KV2Rs, and I'll tell you what, they do look sexy. Have a look at them. And now, if you don't think that the Valhalla colours should be on them, that's alright. You can turn all that stuff off in your in-game settings and don't see it. But if you ask me, it looks like a pretty sexy tank. It's got the bits of rags on the gun. It's got the derp. It's got a bit of a groovy paint job. Looks like a British colour on the right-hand side. And here comes Jezza's. Can see a tier 8 American heavy medium. That's probably what you'd call the Super Pershing, wouldn't you? It's a bit of a hybrid tank, I guess you could say. Looking at the T34-85. That T26-84, Jezza's saying, hold my beer, I've got this. I don't care about this tier 8 tank. We're going to derp one of these bad boys. 2-2's the score. Jezza and Rossige, both in their KV2Rs. Yeah, premium tier 6 Russian heavy tanks. Now, of course, if you've got your settings set to historical, they'll look like normal KV2Rs. That's one of the interesting things You see Rossage there puts a massive derp into the IS before getting taken out. Jezza gets hit by artillery, down to 533 hit points, continuing to aim towards the Super Pershing. He's got a T29 in his way. Unfortunate for Rossage, he gets taken out. But Jezza waiting for his crew to be unstunned for the gun to reload, puts a derp into the IS, brings his damage up to 534, and kicking back here, 3-3's the score. Jezza on Abbey, lots of enemy tanks here. Everyone keeping cover, waiting for the gun to reload, like we said earlier. You can see he's waiting for someone to poke. Someone who can derps the IS-2 that time for 425 hit points. 5-3, they're still in this game, 5-3, they're winning by 2 tanks. You just got to hold this corner, and every 15 or so seconds, Jezza's going to get a derp out and flat the enemy team. 5-3, 959 damage done. He's just reloading. There you go. Good night, Irene, says Jezza 1978 from 1AR there. Good night, Irene, to the IS, the tier 7 Russian heavy tank. He's been sent back to the garage pretty quickly. We're on Abbey, 7-3 the score now. And Jezza's thinking, no worries, I'm off to a pretty good start here. 1187 damage done. Got himself a kill on the higher tier tank. A little bit concerned about the T34-85 or the Super Pershing. He's a little bit concerned about him because that is, well, it's almost a heavy tank, isn't it? But Jezza fancies himself there against the KV2, shoots him, he thinks, hang on, that's not quite enough damage, but it doesn't matter because he sets him on fire, gets rid of the enemy derp tank, brings the score up to 11-3. That's his second kill, 1652 damage done. A little bit of assisted damage as well. Decides to finally fix his radio man because, like Mystblade, Jezza likes the radio men. You got to look after your radio men. A lot of people don't like repairing their radio men, but every now and then, maybe if Brothers in Arms is in play, maybe it's a good reason to look after your radio man. Anyway, T34 has not been aggressive in this game at all. In fact, he's running away. Jezza, no worries. KV2 thinks I'll bounce the shot from the T34. Puts one into him, pulls back for the reload. The Tiger takes a couple of shots. And you can see on the mini-map, you can see his friends are coming around here. Looks like they're about to drop on him. Drop on him like a wrecking ball. The T29 says, hold my beer, I've got this. Jezza says, I've got this too. I'll take 248 damage out of the turret of the T26E4. The T43 goes for the ram kill. Everyone's going for the ram kill. 13-6 is the score. It's a little bit like the Benny Hill show. They all went there for the ram kill on that T26E4 Super Pershing at tier 8. Jezza heading towards the enemy base now. Just 2 enemy tanks remaining. We know the results are foregone conclusion, or is it? We're going to have another comeback from the enemy team, like Mystblade's last game on Glacier. A couple of tanks go down pretty quickly. 2 T34-85s. Both get killed. What's left? There's the Oods and the SU-12244. The SU-12244 is probably a fair amount quicker than Jezza. And Jezza thinking, right, the Tiger and the T29, they can look after this guy. He's going to go straight for the dudes in the middle. That dudes will be probably preoccupied with the Type 59 and the E25, the little cockroach tank, but they're both reasonably low health, so the Oods would probably fancy himself against these 2 tanks. Jezza, let me fuck up his Oods. He puts it in the chat. I've got this. Hold my beer. As he was typing, he crashed into that dead tank that's kicking back over there. Jezza coming around here. He's still got 533 hit points up his sleeve, so he knows he can take a shot or two from the tier 8 Swedish tank destroyer. Rolls up the hill. Rolls up the hill, knocks over the columns. Looking there, he was hoping that Oods was going to back into the Abbey. 2 tanks remaining. The SU-12244 is up there in the northeast corner. Tiger of the T29 trying to look after those guys. Jezza, hold my beer. I've got this. This is what you do. He's looking at the Oods. The Oods is looking at him. Jezza's saying, hang on a minute, no worries. Quick look towards the SU-12244 who gets taken out by the turret. And he comes in like a wrecking ball. He's got him, shoots him, blows him away, picks up the 3rd kill, confirms a win. Hold my fear. Jiggity. He says jiggity in the chat, and that's a comfortable win. 15-9. Just KV2 stuff. That's how Jezza rolls. Just KV2 stuff. It's a fantastic tank. The KV2R, that's a premium tier 6 Russian heavy tank, the one with the groovy paint job, and look, I reckon it looks absolutely fantastic. Before we move on to our last game, that was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge from my old mate Jezza. Just KV2 things. Bruiser medal. Arsonist for setting a tank on fire. That was the one. Was it the IS towards the beginning? Well, I think it might have been his first kill. The IS, I think it might have been. I think it was the IS. But yeah, it was an ace anyway. It was an ace and an absolutely fantastic game there from the old mate Jezza. And of course the 5 for effect medal. 2,500 damage, 3 kills, 13 base experience for the ace. Not a bad game at all. 2,500, 9 shots fired, 6 hit. They all did damage. 2,500. A little bit of assisted damage. Ace tanker, 54,000 credits. Easy peasy. Tier 6, 54,000 credits with a premium account in an 8-minute game. Not too bad at all from the old mate Jezza from 1ER Clan. As we move on to our third and final battle in this Tier 6 triple. This is bluehunter. bluehunter 31. Now bluehunter 31, he is not stuffing around either. He's in. This is the normal KV2. KV2 that you can get to check the tech tree. You don't need to buy a premium tank to have fun. You can get the KV2 straight out of the tech tree. And here comes. Just see that? That was bluehunter. Not a bad start. Gets 229 damage into the Hellcat. Also 417 damage into the 112. That's the beauty of this derp gun. 910 alpha damage. 86 penetration. Gets over 600 damage on 2 different tanks. If he was an artillery, you'd call him a bombardier. Anyway, that 112 is now down to 544 hit points. And I reckon bluehunter 41 will... bluehunter 41 will probably fancy himself against that 112, even though the 112 is top tier. Hellcat shoots and misses. He gets spotted. Bluehunter 41 gets spotted by the Hellcat. Hellcat's on 341 hit points. He probably fancies himself against that. Doesn't matter. Artillery gets rid of the Hellcat. That's one less tank over there. It looks like the 112 may have retreated. So where is bluehunter going to go in this bad boy? Artillery, the Hummel, 230 hit points. That's about a quarter. It's a bit over a quarter of the hit points of the KV2. Looking at the T34-85M on 572 hit points. He might be able to one-shot him, but he might not one-shot him as well. Let's have a look at that turret. 2 marks of excellence on that bad boy, plus some pretty groovy drawings on the side, including the South Korean flag. I reckon that looks pretty cool indeed. 2-1 is the score. bluehunter 41. 2-2 the score now as the Rudy goes down. Looking at all these tanks, thinking which one is going to poke. Looks like the T34-85M, who was in the middle, got killed, but the field is absolutely lost. The SU-100 just killed one tank that was pushing towards him, and the artillery. There's still a lot of tanks. Are they all camping, or are they all just sniping from the middle road? Let's find out. The SU-100 has already expressed concern about the M44 being there. They've asked for help, and that's because they've both been spotted. That artillery will be absolutely panicking. Ames shoots him for 998 hit points into the P43 TER. That's a tier 7 battalion medium tank. Wow, we would have felt that one. 998 hit points. 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of the KV2. He knows what he's doing. 1644 damage done already. Waits for the gun to reload. Pulls back. Repositions. He's in here. That looks like these heavy tanks are having a little bit of a fight over who's gonna go there, who's gonna start shooting. It looks a little bit concerning, if you ask me. The Comet and the IS both get taken out, but so does the 112 on the enemy team. Towards the Tiger P. He shoots and misses. He gets shot. He gets set on fire. Only a standard fire extinguisher. So he does lose a little bit of health by fire. Well, and of course the low just gets so heavily criticised. The low got killed by the Hummel and just got absolutely pummeled. I'm not really sure what happened with that low, but he just sort of stood there blocking everyone. Not really sure. bluehunter expresses his dissatisfaction in the in-game chat as we speed this game up. 9-10 is the score. 9-11 now. 226 hit points left up his sleeve. There's a T34-3. That's the Chinese pref matchmaking medium tank. He shoots him, misses him, but still takes 340 damage off T34-85, that's preferential matchmaking, Chinese tier 8 medium tank. And that's looks like the T34-85 is firmly looking at bluehunter 41 in the KV2 as he comes down in this direction. The Progetto 46 also reloading Italian medium tank, and the Charioteer and the Panther all coming to help though. So they're sticking together, which is good. If this T343 is all by himself, it's a top tier tank they can get rid of just from a little bit of teamwork and smart shooting, I guess you could say. Now the T343, he'll know that he's spotted bluehunter 41. I keep thinking his name's Uber Hunter. Bluehunter 41 in the KV2 goes forward, pulls back a bit, goes forward again. The T25-2 looks like he's joined in the party on the enemy team. In the middle of the map, looking for shots on bluehunter and his mates. T343 needs to be the first target. They need to get rid of that tier 8 top tier tank. He's only on 226 damage though. Very lucky that he blocked a shot from the T343 earlier with his tracks. Ate the shot from the T343 because that would have been game over for bluehunter in the KV2. Bluehunter 41 turns around, he gets spotted probably by the T25-2, the tier 7 American tank destroyer. Looking around the corner, artillery clearly looking their way. Gets spotted again possibly by that tank. Auto aims, kills the VK30-01P, bounces the T343 again, and now waits for that gun to reload. Looking around, 10-12, 3 versus 5 here on Ruinberg. 3 versus 5. He'll be happy if that T343 pops again. Thank you very much. Casey's second kill gets rid of another top tier tank out of the game. Unfortunately, the Panther went down to the T25-2. Charioteer needs to get rid of the T25-2. He does. There's one tank on the cap. bluehunter on 2 kills, 226 hit points. He's waiting for the gun to reload before he pokes around here, waiting for the Charioteer to come and help. There's no rush, even though the siren's going. There's still 1 minute and 14 seconds left on this clock. But he knows he can reset, no problems. Enemy artillery shooting towards the Charioteer. Quite possibly the P43. That's the same P43 that he took nearly 1,000 hit points of damage out of. He knew he was on low health. The Charioteer picks up the kill, and bluehunter pokes, looking for just in case there's anyone else there, just 2 artilleries left on the enemy team, the GW Panther and the Hummel. Slow down, I'm not fast. That's what he says in the chat. That's a very, very good piece of advice to the Charioteer. Nearly 3,000 damage done by bluehunter 41 in the KV2. Nearly 3,000 damage done. Exactly 1,000 damage blocked. A little bit of assisted damage. Charioteer finds and kills the Hummel in the city. Interesting place for the Hummel to go, but maybe the Hummel was just giving up. There is a GW Panther, and the Charioteer starts pinging there that eastern part. Now the Charioteer's got his top gun. He's quite happy with his top gun. Now I have got this on I've got this on double speed because the KV2 is not known for its speed, and the KV2 can be quite painful to watch when it's crossing large tracts of land. The Charioteer clears out the top part, the northern part. The Charioteer gets killed by the GW Panther, and he apologises. And well, to be fair, bluehunter did suggest that he takes his time because did suggest take your time. I'm pretty slow. Anyway, which direction is the GW Panther going to be facing? I have no doubt that either of these tanks can one-shot each other. Oh, fantastic auto aim. Take your time, son. Take your time. Got to shoot him though. Take your time. He's just playing with him now. He's just playing with him now. Gets rid of him. Picks up the kill. You're the best. Yes, you are. Well played, bluehunter 41. 3 kills, 15-4 was that score, and yet another Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for bluehunter 41. Also the Bruiser Medal, shell proof, fire for effect and high caliber. Top the score charts with 3,308 damage, 3 kills, 1456 base experience. Plenty of passengers in that game. A lot of tanks just threw their tanks away. Not really too sure why. He fired 7 shots, 5 hit, 5 penetrated. That was enough for 3,000 damage. 1,000 blocked, a little bit of assisted. Nearly 18,000 credits. That's after tax with a standard account. Premium tank would have been 36 in that 11-minute. Close, tight finish game. Thank you very much for the replays, lads. Don't forget to check out Mystblade on Twitch and YouTube. Links will be down below. Community contributor in Australia and Asia server. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.